Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday night football here at Wedge Kyes Stadium in Baker, Louisiana, home of the Battling Buffaloes of Baker High School. Tonight's contest is between Baker High School and a team out of the New Orleans area, Jesuit High School Blue Jays. Both of these schools are quad A schools, and they bring a lot of players, so it should be a pretty good game. Both teams here have a steep tradition in playing some pretty tough football throughout the years. Captains for tonight's game for Jesuit High School, number 5, Ali Demarest, number 2, Kelly Parrington, and number 39, Ryan Kuti. Captains for the Buffaloes tonight are number 7, Mike Birdwell, and number 75, Mark Haywood. Jesuit has won the toss, elected to receive, and the Buffaloes will be kicking off. I'm Sid Gotro along with John Brown to bring you Baker High football here tonight. And John, it's good to have you back with us. I hope this game tonight proves to be as exciting as the last game that you and I did together. That was a fine effort.
Yeah, it was, Sid, and you told the folks I might be their good luck charm for the Buffs, so I'm back again to root them on in this game.
There go the balloons. John, I guess these balloons are going to be another tradition here at Baker, the releasing of these little helium balloons with the Baker colors, red and black. We started it at the first game of the season against Zachary, and so far we've continued with that, so maybe that's a new tradition we see starting here at Baker High School.
I like that. It seems to excite the crowd and adds to the beginning of the game when the team comes out on the field. So
pause now for the invocation. John, there you see some of the crowd gather here tonight for tonight's contest, and I tell you what, John, I can just feel it. It feels like a good night, and I hope Baker can come out on top. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about the weather this evening?
Oh, it's an absolutely gorgeous night here tonight, Sid. Well, the whole day has been like that. I was looking at the weather right before I came down here, and our local weatherman said the high was only 79 degrees, and we're going to get down to 59 tonight. So I left this long sleeve shirt on. I think by the time the game's over, it's going to be kind of cool. But as you pointed out, we got two ball teams here, rich in tradition, and I expect it to be a hot game, even though it's a cool night. So we're ready for the kickoff, and everybody's excited about Baker High School football.
Well, Artie Miller's in to do the kicking for the Buffaloes, and something good so far to start the game before even we get to kickoff. Artie Miller is back out on the field after an injury in last week's game, and number 60, Brian Burgoyne, is back in the ball game. Well, he's dressed out on the sideline after. Well, good run back, stopped by number 83, Artie Miller, the kicker, after he ran the ball all the way back out to the Jesuit 39-yard line. But as I was saying, John, Artie Miller, as you recall last week, sustained a shoulder injury in that game and had to leave the ball game, but he's back out there on the field. And also I see good news for Buffalo fans, number 60, senior guard, offensive guard, Brian Burgoyne, who was hurt with a shoulder injury in the opening game of the season, is dressed out. So that looks good for the Buffalo.
That's good. We're glad to have those two young men back. They're integral parts of the Buff team.
Well, somebody jumped. We'll see if they drawn off sides or jumped off sides. Set the Buffalo defense for you tonight, and nose guard is number 62, Quincy Hall. The tackles will be number 77, Keith Brossett, number 75, Mark Haywood. The ends are number 44, Tim Breeden, and number 82, Darren Berninger. At linebacker, we have number 33, Steve Jernigan, and number 40, Anthony McCurdy. The corners are number 6, Reggie Hilliard, number 25, Roderick Coffey, and the safeties are number 29, Ronke Mulkey, and number 20, Ben Gotro. Well, that was a 5-yard penalty on their open possession for the Blue Jays. Backs it up 5 yards, first and 15.
There's a fumble on the play there, Sid.
Buffalo's got it, and here we go, John.
All right.
Creating those turnovers right off the bat. We don't know who came up with the ball, but good hit right at the line of scrimmage, caused a fumble, and Baker turns it over right here at the opening minutes of this contest. Defense turning the ball over and giving the offense excellent field position at the Blue Jay 37-yard line.
I tell you what, at the beginning of the season, the defense was a big question mark, but they have shown steady improvement week by week, and that was a big play to turn the ball over to the offense on the Blue Jay side of the field. See if the offense can take advantage of it.
Hand off to Mulkey. Mulkey's trying to get some room. Picks up about 2 yards, going to bring up 2nd and 8. Also on defense tonight, you'll probably see some action. Number 41, senior Chad Richardson, he'll be in at linebacker. Also, you can look for number 7, Mike Birdwell, senior cornerback, in there. And, of course, both offensively and defensively, you're liable to see number 4, Earl Marcel, either at a defensive back or either a wide receiver. Well, there's only 1 yard gain on the play. It's 2nd and 9. Good job.
Eric Butler.
Eric Butler. Joey Nelson kept his cool under some hard pressure, was able to get the ball, stepped up out of the pocket. Johnny showed me a lot of poise there and got the ball to number 22, Eric Butler. Baker got a 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. That looked awful good, John.
Oh, it sure did. Joey's just maturing play by play in this season. And after last week, that touchdown pass to Davis got to give him lots of confidence, and he showed it there today, eluding would-be tacklers to get that ball complete.
Hand off to Mulkey, but he's nowhere. He looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Be 2nd and 10. We're going to try to set the Buffalo offense for you. At center is number 61, Jerry Rayburn. The tackles will be number 73, Clay Doherty, and number 50, Lonnie Furr. The guards are number 78, Rodney King, and number 72, Jason Wilson. Tight end number 83, Artie Miller. Split in will be number 11, Gary Wentz. Quarterback number 10, Joey Nelson. Flanker backs number 2, Greg Davis. The fullbacks number 22, Eric Butler. And the tailback is number 24, Jeff Mulkey. Something went wrong somewhere. We got flags.
Well, if a buff didn't flinch, I think we got some serious offsides on behalf of the Blue Jays. You'll also see playing wide receiver Andy Foster. You'll remember, folks, last week Andy sort of became a pet player for Sid and I. Every time he came into the game, seemed like something big happened. So we're going to keep an eye on that young man. He's developing into quite a good receiver for the Buffs.
Well, so far, John, and early in this game, Blue Jays have cost them. That's Butler up the middle for maybe a yard or 2. But that's 2 penalties already just in the opening moments of this game against the Blue Jays. And then coming up with that big fumble they had that Baker recovered. So Blue Jays starting out with some mistakes early in this ball game.
Well, I suspect they're a little anxious. You know, I think a lot of people down here that were anxious about playing a New Orleans team. But, you know, the Baker tradition reaches far and wide around the state, and I'm sure Blue Jays are a little anxious about playing the Buffs, too.
Pitch back to Mulkey. It was a 3rd and 2 call. Mulkey slipped in the backfield when he got the pitch. It's going to be a loss on the play, and I would think that you're probably going to see a field goal attempt here, John. As you know, Artie Miller definitely. Well, it's 4th and 6.
Right, I see Audi putting on.
Audie's coming on in. Yeah, as you know, in the game against the Broncos, Audie kicked a 35-yard field goal that would have been good from 45. So he couldn't ask for much better position. There's the snap. It's down. No good. Kick went off the side of Audie's foot. Well, Baker had excellent opportunity to try to get down there and put something up on the board, but Baker having a little breakdown themselves there offensively. So it's going to turn the ball back over to the Blue Jays with 9 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Blue Jays will have it for their 2nd possession, 1st and 10 at the 20. Running hard. Tackle out there by number 29, Ronke Mulkey for the Buffaloes. Also number 25, Coffee there. Picked up good yardage on the play. Picked up about 6 yards. It's going to bring 2nd and 4.
So far, we've seen nothing but running plays from the Blue Jays. I think some of the fans expected more wide-open attack. As the fans may or may not know, Danny Abramowitz, Hall of Famer with the Saints, is the coach for the Blue Jays, and we're looking for a wide open attack after they get their running game down.
Well, that time Buffaloes had good defense. Tackle made by number 44, Tim Breeden, along with number 40, Anthony McCurdy. It's going to bring up third down and 2. Third and 2. Buffalo's trying to keep them down there, force them to punt while they're on their end of the field.
Come in for the Jesuit lineup.
Jesuit trying to pull somebody off. Tim Breeden all up. Good defensive play out there by number 29, senior Ronke Mulkey. And the defense did their job that time, John, forcing Jesuit to punt. Be 4th and 2. The ball on the Jesuit 28-yard line, back deep for the Buffaloes. Be number 2, Greg Davis, and number 24, Jeff Mulkey. And we know Mr. Mulkey can do a lot with the ball if given the opportunity. Oh. Well, that's the kind of thing that you don't like to see, because he, I'm sure, felt some pressure and decided he better let it roll, but he gave him about another 10 yards with the roll. Baker's going to take over 1st and 10, the ball on their 17-yard line.
Not quite as good a field position as they had before. The Blue Jays going to make them earn any points they get on this drive.
Well, that's the kind of ball you don't let roll. They wasn't close enough to him. Of course, it's easy for me to make that call up here and him down there on that field. Hand off to Mulkey. He's got a little room. Mulkey picks up about 6 yards out to about the 21-yard line. Should bring up 2nd down. Well, let's say 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5.
Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, it's a judgment call. I tell you what, as the sun goes down, so does the temperature. It really feels good tonight. Mulkey trying to get something up the middle, only picks up about maybe a yard. Gonna bring up 3rd down and a long 4.
Number 48, Ty Smith for the Blue Jays, was in the backfield almost as quick as the snap count that time.
Try to set some of the Jesuit defense for you. That tackles are number 70, Conrad Meyer, number 94, Thomas Brandney. The ends are number 54, John Carbour, and number 99, Kevin Brishhurst. Linebackers number 44, Hunter Christian, and number 33, Craig Ledecker.
Nelson back to pass. He shoots a pass.
Great catch. Beautiful pass. Woo, John, I mean, you can't throw it any better than that, and you can't catch it any better than that. That defender was all over Greg Davis, number 2, and that was just an outstanding catch.
I tell you what, I'm more impressed with Joey Nelson on every play. He's showing lots of poise and putting the ball right where it can be caught. That was right between the numbers.
Well, a monster back for Jesuit is number 35, Jeff Delofano. The corners are number 28, Steve Buson, and number 48, Ty Smith. Well, hand off to Butler. Butler made it right back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. The ball's on the 32-yard line, Baker 32-yard line.
Good defensive play by number 38.
Safeties for the Blue Jays are number 20, Eric Breike, and number 2, Kelly Parrington.
2nd and 11.
Number 64, Craig Lang, in the ball game for the Buffaloes at guard.
Well, we had movement all over the place that time.
That's going to be against the Buffaloes.
Everybody had the snap count except for the center and the quarterback. That's what we used to always tell the coach. Say the center and the quarterback forgot the snap count, coach.
Ball starts, red, 2 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, it's 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter to score Baker nothing, Jesuit nothing. Pass complete to Audie Miller. Audie's back up to the line of scrimmage, well, a little bit further out to the 35, so it's going to bring up third down and let's call it 8. Number 31, Anthony Foster, bringing a play in.
Once again, a very accurately thrown pass by Joey Nelson right there. Quick look into his tight end. Good hands displayed by Audie.
Another passing situation. Oh, thank God for that. Joey almost made a mistake of his young career there.
Well, that was supposed to be a halfback screen, and I tell you what, it looked like it might have gone for some yards if he got the ball to Mulkey, but
I can tell you that big number 97 for the Blue Jays, that's going to be, well, I don't see, who is he on your roster there? 97.
Shane Lindsay.
Shane Lindsay wishes he could have that back because he had it. I don't know if he'd have been able to lumber into the end zone, but he'd have sure had the interception.
Well,
Hilliard got off a nice punt, high hang time, no fair catch.
At the 28-yard line, get to the 38-yard line.
Out to the 38-yard line. Tackle made there by number 50, Lonnie Furr, along with number 40, Anthony McCurdy, and number 42 for the Buffaloes, Paul Gautreaux.
Yeah, it's a hard name to remember, huh?
Yeah, I can't. That's a little tough one on it.
Well, I tell you what now, I think I would seriously consider putting that last Buff play in the shredder. That's the second time I remember them running it this season, and they ran it once against Zachary, and the effect was almost the same. If you'll remember, they tipped the ball and did intercept it on that play, so that one's kind of tough.
Handoff off the middle. Picking up good yardage that time. Out to about the 46-yard line.
Pick up of 7, the 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. 2nd and 3.
Like I said, I don't know if the fans were really expecting a running team for Jesuit with a passing legend like Danny Bramowitz being their coach, but maybe this is a little football mystique to throw the opposition off.
Well, first down, running hard out the other side. Number 6, Hilliard, making the tackle, but not till after they cross midfield, pick up a first down and go down to the Baker 46-yard line. Number 82, Behringer, checking out of the ball game. Number 65 checking in the ball game at defensive end in place of Behringer. That should be McGee. Good defense.
Good
number 40, Anthony
Buffaloes.
McCurdy. Number 40, Anthony McCurdy, along with number 33, Steve Jernigan. Virtually no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. That time, you're right, John. That was excellent pursuit by our linebackers. Of course, number 44, Tim Breeden, did a good job of knocking the lead block down. No gain, 2nd and 10. Number 65 is Fred McGee in at defensive end in place of Behringer. We got a pass here.
Blocked at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I tell you what, John, I was very impressed with our secondary coverage that time. They only sent 2 receivers downfield, but they were definitely covered. Somebody got a hand up in the ball on the line there and knocked the ball, deflected the ball. So
it looked like it might have been big Keith Brosette, number 77, who got that hand up. But that's several passes that the Buffs have blocked at the line of scrimmage this year. So our hats off to good coaching.
Big third down play here. You know it's definitely a passing situation.
Well, I don't know what to say about the defense. He just dropped that one, Sid.
Yeah, the ball was there to him. He just broke his concentration. Number 25, Roderick Coffey out there defending. We'll bring up a 4th down play, however. Forcing Jesuit to punt the ball. Back deep once again is number 2, Greg Davis, and number 24, Jeff Mulkey. Of course, if they're wise, they'll try to keep the ball away from Mulkey. And of course, Davis has excellent speed. High kick, beautiful kick, good hang time, fair catch being called for by Greg Davis. Greg wasn't going to let that one get by him, John.
No, I think maybe the coach had a few words with him on the sidelines.
Well, Baker start off this possession, John, also pretty deep in their own territory back at the 14-yard line.
Well, both teams have shown a few flashes of brilliance on offense, but nobody's got any sustained drives going. That missed field goal in the early stages of this quarter.
Mulkey. Mulkey broke a tackle right there at the line of scrimmage, picked up good yardage that time out to about the 20, well, let's say the 19-yard line. Gonna bring up 2nd down and 4, 6-yard gain on the play. That's what excites me about that little man, though. You think you got him, and all of a sudden he's past you and picks up another 4, 5, 6 yards.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to cut loose on one of them 50 or 60-yarders.
Handoff.
Butler,
Butler loses the ball. Well, we're going to have a defensive test right here. Butler hit as he crossed the line of scrimmage, just coughed the ball up. Wasn't running that ball with a whole lot of protection for the ball at that time. Just got knocked loose. Jesuit recovers on the Baker 25-yard line, so this is Jesuit's biggest break of the game so far in best field position.
Like you said, this will really test the Buff defense. The best beginning field position the Blue Jays have had in this game.
Well, we certainly want to keep them out of that end zone, keep them off that scoreboard with 1 minute and 46 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Score Baker nothing, Jesuit nothing. Tackle made by number 33, Jernigan, along with number 20, Ben Gotro.
22-yard line.
Pickup of 3 on the play is going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7.
Good job, Roderick Coffey, number 25, just met him and said hello. And then a whole host of Buffaloes surrounding him. There's a loss on the play of about 1 yard, so it's going, well, they marking it right about at the line of scrimmage, so brings up 3rd and 7. Buffalo defense so far, John, bowing their back here.
It looked like Mr. Coffey had the signals to that play. He was standing right where the runner was coming around after the handoff. Beautiful defense. I would suspect that this one's going up, Sid.
Definitely. Well,
we got a chance.
We got some room out here, though. Good job defensively. Big number 77 for the Buffaloes. Keith Brossett, he just tattooed him right here on the sideline. They picked up about 3 yards, but it's going to bring up, well, depending on where they mark it, it's going to bring up 4th and say a long 4, John. Big 4th down play, and it, well, they sending some other guys on the field. It looks like they probably going to attempt a field goal here. Defense doing an excellent job, John. Yep, they're going to attempt a field goal. This will be a 37-yard field goal. 37-yard field goal. Ball's being spotted on the 27. It's going to be no good. No good. So after 1 quarter of play, we got 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Baker and Jesuit have both exchanged field goals that missed the mark.
Well, exchanged turning the ball over deep in each other's territory, and both missed field goals. So it's just about an even game so far. Both teams, I think, still feeling themselves out.
John, so far what I've seen in this first quarter, I think Baker's defense definitely has an edge over Jesuit's defense, but both offenses having trouble getting on track. Of course, that could be attributed to Baker's defense at this point.
Well,
Number 24, Mulkey, trying to get some running room. All he needed was one man, and he would have been off to the races.
Well, that'll be the last play of the first quarter.
John, while we got a break in the game here, let's mention the coaches here at Baker High School. You know, it's not just by chance that Baker has the type program they have. They have always been blessed with excellent coaching from the head man on down. And of course, being able to draw on the number of players that we have here at Baker High School, being the largest enrollment high school in the parish, that along with this coaching staff and the support that these teams get from the community is what helps make this program what it is. But let's give credit where the credit's due out there with these men that take these young men on a daily basis and spend their time molding into these players. And of course, we have head coach and athletic director, Coach Larry Thomas, offensive coordinator, Coach Joe Moog, defensive coordinator, Coach Milton Broussard, and of course the assistants are David Hopper, Lee Miller, Earl Langwall, John Bauer, Melvin Stringer, and Edward Braham. We really want to say all we can about these men that come out here and work with these young men every week. There's Mulkey. He broke a couple tackles. He's got room out past the 30, out to about the 32-yard line.
Looks like he's got enough for a first down. And it is a first down for Baker High School.
While we're talking about the coaches too, John, let's talk about the young men that sit out here and really take care of these ball players and really do all the extras out here that it takes to get a team ready to play. And that's the managers and trainers for the Buffaloes. We have Jeremy Bennett, Russ DeLauder, Marty Broussard, and Ron Brumley, and they have really done an outstanding job. They're just as much a part of this football team as those boys out there in that field right now.
Some of the unsung heroes of the football team for sure.
You're right. Mulkey carries, picks up about 2 yards, going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Foster comes into the lineup for Baker.
Craig Lang in at guard, number 64 for the Buffaloes.
There's a delayed handoff to Mulkey. He eludes one tackle. He eludes two tackles.
That's what we say, and I tell you, when you put him down, you got to put him away because he's not going to stop.
Gets back to the 34-yard line.
Well, he turned what could have been a big loss into just a very small one with exemplary running displayed on that play for sure.
Well, Jesuit defense starting to tighten up a little bit. Baker has a 3rd down and long situation, a ball on the 33-yard line, and definite passing situation for Joey Nelson. Gary Wentz, number 11 in the ball game. Well, Joey didn't have a lot of time. I think he just had to get it rid of as quick as he could. It's going to bring up a 4th down punting situation for the Buffaloes. So far tonight, neither team really being able to get their offense on track. Baker had a big scoring opportunity in the first quarter when the Buffalo defense forced a fumble and recovered, giving the offense excellent field position. They moved the ball a little bit, but then hurt themselves on a penalty and just kind of sputtered out, attempted a field goal to no avail.
Reggie Hilliard.
Well, that was just a question of Hilliard doing the right thing, because I feel sure that punt would have been blocked. They were all over him.
Somebody missed an assignment on the outside, and the Blue Jay potential blockers came across that line, and when Reggie looked up, the ball was there, and so were the Blue Jays. So he made the best out of a bad situation, but once again, the Buff defense is going to be tested again.
Well, you're right. 1st and 10 on the Baker 35-yard line. Edwin Small, number 66, in for the Buffaloes. Number 66, Edwin Small. Jesuit picking up good yardage.
Hamilton on the carry gets to the 30-yard line.
Picked up 5 yards on play, bring up 2nd and 5. Small's in at nose guard, replacing number 62, Quincy Hall, who apparently has an equipment problem on the sideline. They're working on his helmet. Mike Birdwell, number 7 in the ball game at cornerback in place of Roderick Crawford, number 25. Buffalo's doing a good job that time. Number 40, Anthony McCurdy, in on the tackle.
But
however, the ball carrier picked up awful close to first down. Let's say third and 1, a long one. Big third down play here.
One more time. Defense is getting a lot of playing time tonight.
Well, offense is going to have to get on track, John. You can't continue to put it all on the defense's shoulders.
Well, I see Coach Mook has them down on the other end of the field having a chat.
Good job. Oh, what a tremendous play. Number 40, Anthony McCurdy, and number 33, Steve Jernigan. McCurdy putting the first lick on him. Jernigan helping out for a loss on the yard, and that's what you want on defense on 3rd and 1.
You see, folks, right here, there's a close-up of Coach Mook, and he, in his indomitable style, is talking to the boys as only he can talk to them, and I'm sure we're going to see a renewed effort on offense when they take the field.
Well, they certainly should be. It looked like they got a little lax there, just a little complacent. Well, you knew this was going to happen. On 4th and 3, you knew Jesuit was going to a deep in Baker territory. This is a very important play here. It's a pass over the middle. Good job, incomplete. Number 40, Anthony McCurdy, who's playing a terrific ball game tonight, on the coverage, and the pass incomplete. So the ball turns over, and John, once again, we talk about Joey Nelson looking better every time he hits the field, but this Buffalo defense every week now has improved a little bit with each game, and that's where the games to me are really won and lost on that defensive effort.
Oh, they're looking great, and if the offense needs any inspiration, all they have to do is look out on their field, because the defense is definitely keeping them in this game, giving them the opportunity to let them draw first blood. You get that feeling that, whoever scores first in this game is going to have a tremendous leg up on victory.
Well, that pass was just a little too high. Miller made an excellent effort, but the defending back there just came up and just pulled it out of his hands. Could have been an interception, though. John was hung up there a little bit too long. Brings up 2nd and 10. Ball on about the 27-yard line. Buffaloes need to get it out of there. They need to get a few first downs, if nothing else, give the defense a little break.
That's true. That's the first pass on first down I think we've had this game. Delayed handoff to
number
Butler.
22, Butler. Butler fighting for yardage. Up over the 30-yard line, about the 32-yard line. Should bring up 3rd down and about 5, 3rd and 5.
Pick up a 4, 2nd down, and 3rd down and 6.
Important 3rd down play here. Nelson rifles it.
Great catch.
To number 11,
Gary Wentz.
And he appears to have enough for the first down.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you see the award-winning Baker High School cheerleaders. Cheerleaders this year are Sharman Hawkins, Captain Karen Womack, Amanda Nettles, Sean Bassett, Lauren Page, Holly Horton, Kelly Wargo, Allison Carberry, Nikki Causey, co-captain Michelle Morgan, Daniel Ellis. And of course, the mascot this year is little Ashley Ann Moak, and Buffy this year is Shelly Darbon, doing a fine job again this year, as always.
Well, there's a nice little pass to Butler.
Well, Butler just picking up maybe a yard on the play. Gonna bring up 2nd down and 9. That was a good pass and good catch by Gary Wentz, number 11, on that last play, to get a play before last to give the Buffaloes first down.
There seems to be a little bit more offensive spark to this series of downs. I think Coach Mook's little talk may be paying dividends here in the next few plays.
Number 4, Earl Marcel. Well, Earl's one of our speedsters. but they had that play diagnosed the whole way. Be a loss on the play. Bring up 3rd and long. Number 2, Greg Davis checking in the ball game, along with number 34, Ivy Toussaint. Number 34, Ivy Toussaint checking in for the Buffaloes, along with number 31, Andy Foster.
Another key 3rd down play.
Well, it's 3rd and long, let's call it 3rd and 12. Buffaloes just...
Nelson with plenty of time. He throws one out there. And Greg Davis has got it.
Greg Davis down to about the 13-yard line, John. That was just
Shades of Acadiana.
I'm telling you, Greg Davis had the man beat, had to slow up just a shade for the pass, and I figured at that point, I'm thinking, man, that's it. He had to stop, but come up with a great catch. That was beautiful, John. Baker's definitely have a scoring threat going here with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter to score. Baker nothing, Jesuit nothing, but Baker has a 1st and 10 at the Jesuit 13-yard line.
Earl Marcel.
Marcel, no room that time. Running hard, but he slipped a little and really no room. Loss on the play. Field is wet. That was one thing we were discussing prior to the telecast, was that they were not able to line the field and paint it as they normally do because the field was too wet to do so. We've had some rain here the last 2 days in the afternoons, 2 or 3 days in the afternoons, nothing real heavy, but enough to dampen the field. And conditions on the field are deceptive tonight. We got a 2nd down and 12, ball all the way back out to the 14-yard line.
Marcel with the ball, he's
running
loose.
hard. Or Marcel fighting his way down.
Almost the first down.
Woo!
Well, when he gets turned upfield, he can fly.
Now, we're looking to somebody to hand the ball off to. That young man just told the coaching staff right there, give it to me, coach. I want to get it. Number 22, Eric Butler. And number 33, Steve Jernigan checking in the ball game for the Buffaloes. Number 31, Andy Foster. And number 34, Ivy Toussaint coming out. I think I see a couple of blocking backs in there myself. Number 33 and number 22. We got
Give the ball to the fridge, huh?
3rd down and 1. Hand off to Marcel. Marcel's awful close to a 1st down. Following the blocks of number 33, Jernigan, and number 22, Butler.
Just depends on where they spot that one.
Andy Foster checking back in for the Buffaloes. There will be a timeout for a measurement. Baker really coming up with a good scoring opportunity here late in the second quarter.
If we're short, I don't think we're going to see a field goal, Sid.
No, sir. I think that's
we got it.
Down. 1st and goal for the Buffaloes at the 4-yard line, just inside the 4-yard line. Well, the Buffaloes couldn't ask for a better scoring opportunity, John.
4 yards, 4 plays.
Right, you got about 3.5 yards and 4 plays to get it in. This is just, let's see who's going to dig in and get off.
Power football.
Well, they lined up in power football for him. Marcel, ooh, good hits. Good second effort by Marcel, but somebody really popped him.
Marcel was hit behind the line of scrimmage, spun around and made yardage on that play.
Picked up about a yard, so we're talking about 2nd and goal from the 2. Number 24, Mulkey back in the ball game for the Buffaloes.
Well, 1 play, 1 yard. We're on the schedule here for our touchdown.
That's right. Don't do anything foolish, and 2 more plays.
There's a handoff to Mulkey.
Boy, I tell you what, they trying up the middle, but it's awful tough. That's 3 plays now. Mulkey trying awful hard, but just nowhere to go. Actually lost about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Well, let's say 3rd and goal from the 3.
Okay, you armchair quarterbacks, what would you call on this play?
Well, you got 2 plays to try to punch it in. I don't think we think in field goal, but we want to draw first blood, as you said. Pitch back to number 4, Marcel. I'll tell you what, these Blue Jays have bowed their back because they are absolutely allowing nothing. That was 3rd and goal. We got a 4th and goal from virtually to where we started at. It's going to be interesting to see what they play. Call here, they're going to call a timeout to discuss it. Coach Thomas conferring with his offensive coordinator, Coach Joe Mook, along with quarterback number 10, Joey Nelson. Also with him on the sidelines, number 11, Gary Wentz. This is going to be awful interesting. John, if Jesuit is successful in keeping Baker off the scoreboard with first and goal from the 4, I tell you what, Big Mo is fixing to get completely on the back of the Blue Jays.
We're making Baker High School the best it can be by your presence on Monday evening. That's this next Monday night, September 18th, 6:30, Baker High School Library, PTO meeting.
Well, he's calling the whole team over, but they better hurry up because they're fixing to call this game back in progress.
One last motivational talk by Coach Mook.
Tonight, September 25th, Baker High School will have its open house, so make your plans accordingly. PTO meeting on the 18th, open house on the 25th.
Referee let them know that they're ready to get this game resumed.
September 19th.
Well, John, this is a very, very important play right here for the Buffaloes. This is a very important play for the Buffaloes. To come all the way downfield like they did, have first and goal from the 4. Now we got fourth and goal from the 2.
Here we go. This is the play of the game so far. Marcel's packing the mail. And the Blue Jays have held.
I tell you what, they tried. We have ran 5 running plays from inside the 10-yard line, and virtually, except for that one, it gave us a first and goal. That one play at the 4, we hadn't done a thing.
Well, you got to give credit to the Blue Jays defense. They came up with it when they needed it. So now once again it's back on the Buffalo defense to keep them pinned up back down there.
Well, they're going to come out fired up. And John, I've got confidence in our defense, but it's not going to surprise me if Blue Jays don't eat up the rest of this clock in the first half.
Whoa!
Good job. Woo-hoo! Big
Keith
number
Brosette.
77. You're right, Keith Brosette. Good hit.
One more step out would have been a safety.
No gain on a play, brings up 2nd and 10, the ball at the 2. Well, maybe our defense will score for us, John. Maybe they'll force a fumble down here and pick it up and score. I'm sure Jesuit is not going to try anything very fancy down here. They certainly don't want to turn a ball over. I know they definitely want a first down because they don't want to give Baker another opportunity. Good job again that time defensively. Linebackers were blowing the gap that time, but they almost made a play in the backfield. They only picked up about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Well, the Buffs just made a strategic move here. They called timeout with the Blue Jays, as you mentioned, playing it very conservatively here. Little or no gain after 2 plays, and a little under 2 minutes left to go on the clock. I believe the Buffs think they're going to get the ball back in decent field position, and they have another shot at that goal line.
I tell you what, Coach Milton Broussard, you see Coach Milton Broussard there, the defensive coordinator for the Buffaloes, who has just brought these young men along each week. As we said earlier, Baker's defense has just improved with each game, John. And let's give some credit to that defensive coordinator, Coach Milton Broussard. Also, someone we need to give extreme credit to is Coach David Hopper, who has been working with the defensive backs this year and has done an outstanding job.
Well, I think as you pointed out last week, the defense was almost built from scratch over the summer. We had heavy losses of graduation last year, and a lot of these young fellas are seeing action for the very first time this year and playing marvelously.
Well, he's going to be short of a first down. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Brings it out to about the 11-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4th and 2.
Timeout,
Baker calling another timeout, John, and I think that was a smart move. Jesuit's going to have a big decision to make here with 4th and 2.
I'll make it for him. They're kicking.
I bet they better punt the ball. Of course, after that last goal line stance they had, I would have a lot of confidence in my defense at that point. But once again, Buffalo defense doing an outstanding job turning the ball over. We got 1 minute and 48 seconds left to go in the first half of play here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. Score of Baker Buffaloes nothing. The Jesuit Blue Jays nothing. Jesuit fixing to execute a punt here. Back deep for the Buffaloes is number 6, Reggie Hillard, and number 24, Jeff Mulkey.
Well, the receiving backs for the Buffs are cheating up, expecting a short kick.
Nice punt. Going to Hilliard. Hilliard's got some blockers.
He's got some blocking. He's got some blocking. He's down the sidelines. He's to the 10. He's to the 5.
Touchdown! It's a touchdown! Reggie Hilliard coming great. That's defense. That's defense now.
They can only score from 40 or 50 yards out. That's the problem.
I love it. Reggie Hilliard doing an outstanding job. And, John, you're not going to execute a punt return any better than that. They set up the wall. Reggie read his blocks perfect, took them downfield, threw a little fake on a couple of defenders down there about the 5-7 yard line, and just gave himself enough to put himself in the end zone. Great effort.
You can tell that both of us are excited about Baker High School football. Move over, J.C. Politz.
Ben Gotro in to attempt the extra point. It's good. Snap was a little high, but Joey Nelson doing an excellent job of getting it down.
And just like that, it's Baker High School 7, Jesuit nothing.
Well, his mama's going to be upset she missed that extra point. Susie's in New Jersey this weekend.
Uh-oh.
With her precious babies. Huh? I hope she doesn't drink any of the water either. But she's coming home Sunday. Well, Baker drawing first blood, as you said, John, and let's credit that last score to defense because they held them down here, didn't allow first down, call the timeouts, turn the ball back over, and we still got 1 minute and 33 seconds left to go in the first half here, and Baker drawing first blood up on top of the Jesuit Blue Jays by a score of 7-0. Artie Miller kicking down to the 12-yard line. Jesuit's got some room. Woo! Tackle made over there on the side by number 72 for the Buffaloes.
Back by Wilson.
Let's see, number 72, that's going to be Jason Wilson. Number 72 doing a good job. Big tackle for the Buffaloes, making the play. Well, Jesuit's giving himself some field position, bringing the ball out to their 48-yard line, 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 26 seconds. And I would look to see maybe they'd go up in the air, John. Jesuit's definitely going to want to try to put some points on the board here before halftime. And not...
Whoa, good defense by the Buff. They made a Blue Jay sandwich out of that young man.
Well, both linebackers doing a good job back there. Number 33, Steve Jernigan. Number 40, Anthony McCurdy doing a good job. And you're right, that was a Blue Jay sandwich.
Second down.
2nd and 10. Minute and 21 seconds left to go in the first half. And I would look for another pass play. It's definitely the time you don't want to get lax in the defensive secondary.
Whoa, another miscue.
Jesuit getting a little misfire over on the far side of the field. It's going to back them up another 5 yards. We'll bring up 2nd down and 15. 2nd down and 15. The ball will be back. Well, let's see. To be back out down to the Jesuit 43.5-yard line. Boy, it's a beautiful afternoon, John.
Yes, beautiful with those 7 points up on the board, too, Sid.
Woo. Well, I felt good about this game since before I even got to the stadium. I hope I feel as good about it afterwards.
Second down, long yardage.
From what I've seen of Buff defense so far, I will. Well, number 25, Roderick Coffey covering.
Third down.
Well, we may have a shot at getting the ball back one more time for this quarter's out.
It's 3rd and 15.
One minute and 15 seconds left to go in the half, and as you said, 3rd down and extremely long yardage for the Blue Jays.
Tackle made by number, well, let's see. Number 62, Quincy Hall, making the stop for the Buffaloes, along with number 82, Darren Barringer.
That was a safe little pass out in the flat. See if your halfback can get something, but the Buffs were ready and diagnosed that.
Well, it's 50 seconds left and the clock's running. Jesuit has a 4th and 9. Their punter's back on their 37-yard line.
Our people aren't very deep. It's almost like we don't really believe that they're going to punt the ball.
I don't really believe they are either. I think they're going to try to draw us off sides.
Well, 5 yards is not going to get it. They're going to get a delay of game.
Well, it was 4th and 9. They were hoping to draw 5 and make it 4th and 4 and maybe change their strategy of going for it. But I don't believe they're going to be going for it on a 4th and 14.
Delay of game.
Penalized for delay of game. Clock run down to 25 seconds. We haven't mentioned it so far. Maybe we have. Have you mentioned the fact that the head coach of the Jesuit Blue Jays is the Hall of Famer Danny Abramowitz, ex-Saint? Good punt. Good hang time.
Nobody back for Baker to receive.
Woo! Taking a good Jesuit roll. Well, Baker just got a hold on to the ball with 13 seconds left to go in the first half. Baker's up 7-0. Ball's all the way down to about the Baker. Well, without the field marked, I can't really see, but it looks like
inside the 10.
Yeah, it's down to about the 7-yard line. So Baker has 1st and 10, the ball on their own 7-yard line, but there's only 13 seconds left to go in the first half of play here. Wedge Kyes Stadium score Baker Buffaloes 7.
Ball is down at the 6-yard line.
Jesuit Blue Jays nothing. Baker certainly doesn't want to pull anything fancy here. Just play control and let the clock run out.
I'm looking for down on one knee after he sends us the ball.
You got it. Man, I'll tell you, that's outstanding, John. That was a one-knee play. John had that right. Clock's running. Jesuit with no timeouts left. That's going to be the end of the first half of play here at Wedge Kyes Field with the score Baker High 7, Jesuit Blue Jays nothing. John, we won the first half. If we win the second half, we get the whole thing, huh?
I think that's the way it goes.
Okay.
Stay tuned, folks, for a wonderful halftime show from the marching band from Baker High School, their dance corps and flag corps.
Oh, we're still on.
Welcome back, folks, to halftime at Wedge Kyes Memorial Stadium, where the Baker Buffaloes are out to a 7-0 lead over the Jesuit Blue Jays. And you see here in your screen, taking the field is the award-winning Baker High School Marching Band.
Presenting for your halftime entertainment, the Baker High School Marching Band, under the field direction of your drum major, Mr. Paul Rice.
The drum major this year for Baker High School is Mr. Paul Rice.
To begin our show this evening, we proudly present the Red Line as they dance for you to the hit tune, Bad, Bad Leroy Brown.
Also taking the field and featured tonight is the award-winning Red Line Dance Corps from Baker High School. The officers this year are Missy Stevens, co-captain, Tina Dunnigan, captain, and Kim Brashear, co-captain. The award-winning Baker Red Line.
Where's the rest of the band? Where's the color guard? Oh, there's Buffy. I'll ask Buffy. Buffy, I can't find my band and flag. Have you seen them tonight? They're just clowning around, you say. Well, go and get them for me, Buffy. We have a show to do, and these fans are waiting. Okay, Buffy. I'll play a tune if you think that'll bring the rest of them onto the field, for heaven's sake. Now I'm really getting angry. Where are they? Oh, well, the show must go on. Okay, band, we'll just do our own show without those Looney Tunes. You guys, honestly, enough is enough. Get out of here, get out of here. You are all finished as Baker bandsmen. Get out. I never want to see any of you around this band again. I cannot believe you have humiliated me and this band department that badly. Get out. Honestly, just what is the world coming to anyway? You can't even trust the officers anymore. Band, let us sane musicians give this crowd a normal, first-class Baker band tune the way this crowd is accustomed to hearing the Baker band. That's it. I've had it. That's it. No more humiliation. Ben, we're taking this fiasco to the house.
The 1989 award-winning Baker High School Band with one of their more entertaining halftime shows.
John, I got some first half statistics for us. Jesuit Blue Jays had 23 offensive plays in the first half for a total of 50 yards. Jesuit only had one first down for the first half, so Baker defense doing an outstanding job in the first half against the Jesuit Blue Jays. The Buffaloes have had 6 first downs Joey Nelson tonight is 6 for 9 for 94 yards. Now, I don't have the total yards on offense for Baker, but it isn't much more than the 100 yards. As you know, we had quite a few plays where we lost yardage on some running plays. But that's the stats for the first half. Joey Nelson so far tonight having a good night throwing the ball, and the Buffalo's defense just doing an outstanding job.
And that scoring coming with 1:33 left in the second quarter. 45-yard punt return by number 6, Reggie Hilliard, with point after by Ben Gotro. 7-0. And here we go for the second half of exciting Baker High School football.
Mulkey bringing the ball out to about the 33-yard line while Baker start off 1st and 10 at their 33. John, while we're talking about all the other things here at Baker, let's talk about the young ball players that's coming up here. This week, Coach Earl Langwell's 9th grade team beat Denham Springs by a score of 14-6, and Coach Lee Miller's JV team here at Baker, Baby Buffs, beat Zachary by a score of 14-6. So doing a fine job not only with the varsity squads, but the JV in 9th grade as well.
The farm club is doing well.
Right.
Those other left guard to the 37-yard line that was spotted.
Earl the Pearl Langwell and Lee the T Miller. I don't know where the T comes in, but it sounded good.
You folks that enjoyed that wonderful rendition by the band at halftime might have noticed some people in some strange outfits, but I want to tell you what, the person that was in the uniform, number 32, was not one of the pranksters. He's actually a football player, and he's given a whole new meaning to going both ways. Wayne Spears, a sophomore, playing trumpet and playing football, so we got a whole new meaning to going both ways.
And tell me about it. I want to say, too, that the stats that were provided for us by none other than sports writer Larry Brooks of the Baker Observer. We want to thank Larry for his halftime stats.
We can assume they're very unofficial then.
Very unofficial.
All right.
Now, the ones he gave me were accurate. I just didn't want to take a chance on total offense for Baker.
All right.
Center puts the ball at the 42-yard line, 2nd down and 1.
We'd like to thank Domino's Pizza, and I'd like my color man to make some comments on Domino's. Can you make a few comments there?
They would have to be colorful. They may have to be edited. But we have 2 delicious-looking pizzas that are sitting right there that we're getting ready to try to sample here. So if you hear some strange sounds in the third quarter, it's Sid and I sampling our pizzas.
Well, generally, the pizzas came up here a little late tonight. Usually they get here right at the start of halftime, and we're able to complete all of our chomping before the third quarter, but they just got them here, so you might be hearing a few pauses in the night's telecast.
Whoa! Blue Jays, I believe, are a little anxious on that one.
Well, Baker's walking back as if it may be against us. Somebody might have pulled off sides. The last one went against the Blue Jays, but this one's going against the Blue Jays. So Baker walking back a little prematurely. That will be enough to give the Buffaloes a first down, John. Out to the Baker 45-yard line. John, I was in the locker room at halftime, and I can tell you that if I was on that offensive unit, I would have to play inspired football this second half after what I heard down there at the locker room. Coach Thomas and his staff not very well pleased with the overall effort. Toussaint taking Nelson's pass.
Nice little pickup on the play there.
5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, so far the defense has kept them in the game, and as you pointed out, technically the punt return team is part of the defense, so it's a Baker defense 7 and the offense nothing.
Buffalo's got a 1st and 10 on their 49-yard line. Well, no.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5, that's right. Fumble! Fumble! Woo! I tell you what, Jeff Mulkey did a fine job of recovering his own fumble because it was in the middle of those Blue Jays, and I don't think they realized he had fumbled the ball.
I don't think so either. He looked back and said, uh-oh, I left it laying on the ground.
Loss on the play with the fumble brings up 3rd and 7, the ball on the Baker 48-yard line. That's one that should have been caught. Good pass by Nelson. incomplete. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down, though. Wentz would have had to come up with a little effort there to make the first down. Pass incomplete, brings up 4th and 7. Ball on the Baker 48-yard line. I'm sure they'll bring Hilliard in the punt.
But Hilliard's going out. We're going to see
number 20.
My goodness, that's your boy kicking.
Yeah, that's going to be a penalty.
I think somebody said howdy do to Ben just a little bit late.
I don't know what the penalty is going to be for, but it is a penalty.
You think they might have ran into the kicker? He got the ball away.
Well, I think it may have been an inadvertent face mask, huh?
We got running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. I don't know which. One of the two. Depends on how big a one they step off.
Still going to be 4th down. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Yep, just running into the kicker. Well, this might be the one where you want a long snap count, though.
Ben Gotro back in the kick for the Buffaloes. Good snap. Gets a nice punt away. Good hang time.
Beautiful
down to
kick.
The 6-yard line. Woo! Good tackle out there. I don't know who made it. Looked like maybe number 50, Lonnie Furr, if he's out there. Yeah, it's him. Number 50, Lonnie Furr. Run back out to the 19-yard line where the Blue Jays will take over. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
The 1st and 10 for Jesuit from their own 19.
Well, we got the Baker defense out on the field again, folks. This has been a strong suit for the Baker High School bus tonight, and they've got the Blue Jays backed up on the 19-yard line. We're going to see what they can do with them. There's a little handoff, and the Buff defense is there.
Number 33, Steve Jernigan, along with number 44, Tim Breeden. Good play. Loss on the play of about a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11. John, that was good defense. Good pizza, too, John.
Loss of 1 on the play, the 2nd and 11.
Second down and 11 yards to go for Jesuit Blue Jays. They'll put this in play for their own 18-yard line. There's a handoff to number 31. He gets loosed momentarily. He's probably cracked down after a nice gain on the Blue Jay 25-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. Coach Milton Broussard sending in the signals to defensive captain. 8 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Baker High School on top, 7-0. Big 3rd down play here, Sid. The Buffs could get the ball back and put the offense back into business. Number 5 dropped back to pass. He hums one, got number 88 open.
Pass is complete.
Well, it's enough for a first down.
That was about the most wide open I've seen any Blue Jay player tonight. And Mr. Brooks' statistics are right. That's the 2nd first down for Jesuit tonight.
Morris goes into the lineup for Jesuit.
That is, you're right, John. That's the 2nd first down of the ball game for Jesuit Blue Jays.
Up the middle, this is the 45-yard line.
Tackle made by number 20, Ben Gotro, along with number 33, Steve Jernigan. But not after he picked up good yardage on a play. Picked up 9 on a play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and, well, picked up 8 on a play. Going to bring 2nd down and 2. Ball at the Blue Jay 45-yard line. And, John, it looks to me like Blue Jays starting to kind of open their offense up a little bit. Starting to pick up a little more yardage. They started this drive back on their 17, I think.
Well, I tell you what. if there's anyone that plays football that would have more halftime pep talks in his repertoire, I'm sure Danny Abramowitz has heard plenty of them playing over 10 years for the New Orleans Saints, because I'm sure he's heard just about every kind of motivational speech there was. So he's got lots of experience to draw on to come up with the appropriate one to urge the Jesuit Blue Jays on. And it looks like it may be paying off at least here early in the third quarter.
Well, Jernigan and McCurdy coming up with some a good play there. It would bring up a... well, let's see. Let's wait to the measurement before we make any comment.
Doesn't appear they even picked up the 1 yard, Sid. We're going to have a third down and maybe less than a half yard to go for first down.
Need about 11.5 inches for first down.
Well, it's third and less than one. Third and less than a foot.
I'm looking for a straight ahead power play.
Razzle dazzle.
Well, we got flags on the play.
Well, the ball carrier picked up enough for the first down. Let's see what the penalty is.
The Maggio carrying the flag on the
Looks like it may be against the Buffaloes.
I think the defense is offside.
Well, the Buffs finally picked up a penalty.
That's the first penalty of a nice ball game against the Buffaloes.
Offside. Red. First down. Center puts the ball at the Baker 49-yard line. First and 10 Jesuit from the Baker 49.
Once again, we want to thank Domino's Pizza for the food. Remember, tonight's game is being brought to you by Treb Productions, owned and operated locally by Mr. Bert Carson. And our thanks to Cablevision of Baker Zachary for putting on these Baker High School football games each and every week. Remember, folks, 11 o'clock Saturday morning is our new time. We're going to be on every Saturday at 11 o'clock, so tell your friends and family to tune in and see the Baker Buffs go all the way in '89.
1 yard gain, second and 9.
We got 5 minutes and 34 seconds. The clock's counting left in the third quarter here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. Baker Buffaloes on top of the Jesuit Blue Jays by a score of 7-0. Baker's only score coming on a punt return by Mr. Reggie Hilliard. It was as perfectly executed a punt return as you could have. He set the wall up, read his blocks, followed them well, did a little fancy footwork down there, got a little fake down about the 7-yard line, and just came on up in there with it.
Ball's on the ground, but I think the ground caused the fumble.
Well, we got a Dixie Wrestling here, World Wrestling Federation champions. Latching into that one.
Well, the Buffs seem to think they have the ball, but the question is whether it's a fumble or not.
I think they're going to rule the ground. I think Jesuit's got the ball. I don't think they're going to give that fumble.
I thought he hit the ground and then the ball came out, and that's not a fumble, folks.
Well, it brings up 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, the ball at the Baker 45-yard line. It's a big third down play for the Blue Jays, John.
Well, this has definitely been the longest sustained drive that the Blue Jays have had. Whoa!
Good job!
Number 75, Mark Haywood.
That's how you stop that third down play.
Sack
that
time.
Passing situation. Gonna bring up 4th down and 9. 4th and 9. Ball back out to about the 49-yard line. So Buffalo's defense once again rising to the occasion. Stop the Blue Jays.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty. I had to nickname him the bag boy. He sacked that quarterback and put him on the shelf.
Baker looked like they were going for the better get away from the ball. Oh, no! Golly!
Well, that's football.
Well, that's it. Number 29.
Ronnie Mulkey.
Ronke Mulkey just didn't realize the ball was hitting that short, and he had his back to it, trying to set up the block for his other receiver there, and the ball hit him on the back of the leg, and just one of those things. That's something you're not going to see every day in a ball game, but nevertheless, it gives the Blue Jays excellent field position. 1st and 10 on the Baker 16-yard line, so the defense really is going to get a test here, John.
Oh, the Blue Jays are offsides. Well, Sid, that's one rule that I have wished for many years would be changed. I'm sort of the opinion that unless the receiving team is actually going for the ball and actually sees it and puts their hands out and attempts to catch it, then inadvertent contact with the ball shouldn't turn it over like that. That just gives the kicking team too unfair an advantage.
The Jesuits starting out, hurting themselves right off the bat. They had a 1st and 10 on the Baker 16-yard line, and they had a 5-yard penalty. Got a 1st and 15, the ball on the Baker 21-yard line. Crowd hollering for defense. Cheerleaders trying to exhort them on.
Baker team stringing it out toward the sidelines.
Good job.
Beautiful defense.
Number 2. Well, let's see. That's going to be number 25, Roderick Coffey out there, along number 20, Ben Gotro, and number 33, Jernigan. So all of them had good pursuit. Ball player actually lost a yard on the play. They'll bring up 2nd and 16.
If you folks pick up a instant improvement in the quality of the pictures here, we have a longtime cameraman, Matthew Matuski, who's come into the booth here to operate the camera.
Good job again, number 77.
Keith Grosset.
Boy, I love this defense. I love it.
Whenever they need a big play, they reach down and get it.
What do they say, John? Offense entertains the crowds, defense wins games.
That's it. Well, Jesuits got a heck of a drive. Unfortunately, it's in reverse.
Well, I love to see that defense.
Timeout, Jesuit. Going back to the opening ceremony at Baker High School, a special thank you to Billy and...
Well, we got 2 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Jesuit has a 3rd and 22. 3rd and 22. Ball out to about the Jesuit 30-yard line. Well, the Baker 30-yard line.
And I believe they have to get all the way down to the Baker 6-yard line to pick up a 1st down. Working and productive observation. Parents and the student body be represented by all concerned. We hope that you will be initiated, prepared, and be there.
John, would you take odds on a passing play?
I believe so, Sid.
1 week from the 18th, that's the 23rd, Baker High School will have an open house. More about that next week.
Not a bad place for a draw play or maybe a little screen either, but the propensity of the Blue Jays has been just to drop back and fling it. And here we go. We got a heck of a rush. And there's my screen pass. There's my screen pass, Sid. It just didn't develop for the Blue Jays.
That's right. Baker, Tim Breeden, number 44, number 25, Roderick Coffey. Along with a couple other Buffaloes putting extreme pressure on the quarterback. Brings up 4th and 22, and I think you're going to see them go for it on this down as well.
They haven't had an opportunity to be down on Baker ends of the field that often tonight, so I agree with you. This is probably the best thing for them to do anyhow. Oh, Reggie Hilliard. That pass is complete, but it's short, and the ball's going to go over. Reggie Hilliard was a flyer around the edge. One more step, and I think he would have had their quarterback. Coming on a safety blitz.
Well, it was a good pass completion. Quarterback did an excellent job in getting rid of the ball and getting it down there to his receiver. Picked up good yardage, but it was still not enough for the first down. So Baker will turn over 1st and 10, the ball on the 14-yard line. So it would have brought up. It was still 8 yards short of a first down, John. So Baker defense really doing an outstanding job with them having the ball down there turned over to them on our 16 and 1st and 10 from our 16.
Right, that touch ball turns out to be no harm to Baker. The offense takes over right about where they would have got it if they would have received it. Mulkey still on his feet
for yardage.
Mulkey carries, tied on at the right side there at the 15-yard line.
Pick up of a yard on a play. Brings up 2nd and 9. Number 31. And Andy Foster bringing the play in.
Another handoff to Mulkey.
I tell you what, Baker just has not been able to run against these Blue Jays. So far in tonight's contest, Nelson has had an excellent game throwing the ball. He's 8 for 11 and over 100 yards. In the first quarter, he had that long pass all the way down to Greg Davis that set up a 1st and goal for the Buffaloes after a few more running plays, but Buffalo's just not been able to do anything with it. There he is. He's got some room.
Mulkey's loose.
Moving.
He's still going.
He's got a 1st down for the Buffaloes.
Finally dragged down on about the 25-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, it is some exciting to watch that little man run a football.
As Mulkey picks up a 1st down, ball is started just south of the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Clock's running with 15 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. This may be the last play of the 3rd quarter if they get it off. Number 34, Ivy Toussaint, fullback, little dive play right up the middle for a nice gain. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
John, you see the players down on the sideline got their hands up. Number 4, we talk about it every week. There's a tradition here at Baker, and that tradition and that belief is that the 4th quarter belongs to the Buffaloes. And traditionally throughout the years, that's exactly right. The 4th quarter has belonged to the Buffaloes. I know we've won many a game right here at this field in the 4th quarter.
Like last week.
Like last week.
That's right. The 4th quarter definitely belonged to the Buffaloes last week, and we're going to see once again if that tradition holds true. Nice pickup. We couldn't tell from the other end of the field, but Ivy picked up almost 5 yards on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and only 5 yards to go for the Buffs on their own 30-yard line. Hand off to Mulkey.
Ooh, almost broke it. Picks up good yardage, though. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and about 1. Well, let's know.
They didn't give him the slide.
Didn't give him the slide, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Well, let's say a long 2. Ball on the Baker 32-yard line. Andy Foster bringing the play in to quarterback Joey Nelson. This is the last period of this ball game. We got 11 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in this contest. Baker up on top by a score of 7-0. Jeff Mulkey running hard. He's got enough for the 1st down out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. Neither team being able to put any points on the board offensively. The only points scored in tonight's ball game came on a punt return by the Buffaloes. Baker has by far, I feel, dominated the game defensively. But let's give credit to the Blue Jays. They have played some outstanding football against the rush.
Greg Davis with the end around. Looked like he might go for a minute. That's one of the deals where you run from one sideline to the other and no gain.
The only real success the Buffaloes have had so far tonight is throwing the ball. As we stated, Joey Nelson, 8 for 11 tonight and over 100 yards. Second and 10. Many would consider this a passing situation here at 2nd and 10, especially the way we've run the ball. Well, I tell you what, when you look at 4 red jerseys standing up there and 2 white jerseys on top of your quarterback on the ground, that doesn't say too much for your interior line blocking.
27-yard line.
Big loss on the play all the way back down to the 27-yard line. Gonna bring up 3rd and 18, and now we're in a definite passing situation. Number 11, Gary Wentz in the ball game. Number 2, Greg Davis. Tailbacks number 24, Jeff Mulkey. Fullback's gonna be number 34, Ivy Toussaint.
Whoa, Baker jumped that time.
Looked over there on the right side of the line. And Baker's hurting themselves here, John, big time, backing up another 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and probably, well, let's see where they're going to mark it.
Dead ball.
3rd and 23 yards. Ball all the way back to the Baker 22-yard line now. Baker having to go to their own 45 for a first down.
This game is a long way from being over. It doesn't take but one play to get Jesuit right back into this game.
John, I tell you what, after a while, I would think about doing something besides running the ball, but then again, we tried that pass play on the last play, and you saw what happened. They were all over us. That line, evidently Jesuit's line, defensive line, has been dominant so far, especially in the second half against the Buffalo's offensive line. But Baker forced to punt on 4th and 23, forced to punt on 4th and 23. Ben Gautreaux back on about his 13-yard line. High snap, he brings it down, just gets the ball off, nice punt.
Beautiful punt.
Ball down to the 41-yard line.
Well, the referee gave a hard look at perhaps running into the kicker again and didn't throw a flag. I don't know that 5 yards would have helped us. And that was a nice kick.
Who taught that boy how to punt the ball?
I don't know.
Well, Jesuit Blue Jays taking over the ball at their own 40-yard line with 8 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in this contest. So far tonight, neither team been able to score offensively. Baker on top by a score of 7-0. That score coming on a long punt return by number 6, Reggie Hillard.
Oh, great
Good
defense.
job defensively. 82, Darren Barringer turning him in. Out there fighting off the block, doing a fine job. Number 75, Mark Haywood coming in to assist on the tackle, polish him off. As a loss on the play of about 4 yards. Bring up 2nd 14, John. John, turnover. If I was Abramowitz, I'd be running the ball right now. I'd run the ball. I'm not Abramowitz. And thank God for the Blue Jays, I'm not. Burnett in on the tackle again.
Those ineffective running plays just keep that clock rolling.
John, one thing I'm proud about this defensive unit for the Buffaloes, as you stated at the start of this game, Baker started out with their starting defense. They only had 1 senior returning in the secondary and only 2 on the line. 1 linebacker and 1 lineman.
Good pursuit by the Baker defense. Finally forces the quarterback out of bounds. Couldn't find anybody open. Credit to the secondary.
Well, another 4th down, 4th and 6 for the Blue Jays. Defense doing a good job again.
Hilliard's got the ball again. He's got another wall. If he can beat one man, good tackle by Blue Jays number 17 to stop Hilliard from making that corner. But I tell you what, he had another wall set up.
Hilliard coming off limping on the sideline. That was a good tackle put on him by number 17. Hilliard trying to get around that corner. Had one man to beat, just couldn't get him. Baker's going to start over. 1st and 10 on their own 18-yard line. And the defense doing the job again, turning the ball back over to the offense.
I don't think the fans would mind a 7-minute and 4-second drive about right now.
Not at all. Number 30, Jeff Braxton in the ball game for the Buffaloes. He breaks a tackle. Jeff running hard out past the 30-yard line, about the 32-yard line. Should be enough for a Buffalo first down.
And that's the first appearance of Jeff Braxton tonight.
Well, that looked like the Jeff Braxton of old. First down for the Buffaloes. Braxton's first appearance into the ball game tonight. His first time to carry the ball. Picks up good yardage, picks up a first down with a 12-yard carry. Braxton
up
again.
the middle.
This time he only picks up a yard.
Braxton gets to the 34.
2nd and 9. Right now in there for the Buffaloes, you've got Braxton in the ball game. You also got number 34, Ivy Toussaint. Got the fullback position. Got number 2, Greg Davis, the flanker, and number 11, Gary Wentz, to split in. Hand off to number 30, Braxton, but just no way. The Blue Jays doing a good job on our defensive line. Only picked up another yard. It's going to bring 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8. Clock's ticking with 5 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in this contest. Number 31, Andy Foster, checking in the ball game. Definite passing situation. Once again, Buffalo's just having no luck on the ground, much at all. I think the best ground play we've seen so far tonight was that run just now by Braxton for 12 yards.
We need a first down in the worst way. He shoots one to Braxton. Braxton's in the open. He's got a first down and more.
Braxton's running hard. Good effort by Braxton.
He's finally wrestled down. Boy, that was a beautiful play.
Good effort. Now, that is the Jeff Braxton of old right there, John. That's how Jeff Braxton is capable of running. Picks up a good first down for the Buffaloes, and we got a little spark offensively here. We're down in Blue Jay territory, down to the Blue Jay 44-yard line.
Ball is spotted at the 44-yard line in Jesuit territory.
Jeff saying, get a ball to me, coach. I'm ready.
I tell you what, I remember riding the Pines. When I got out there, I wanted to show the coach that I could play and stay in there. So,
well, I said that was probably the best running play.
There's another pass to Gary Wentz. He holds on to the ball.
Gary Wentz doing an outstanding job of catching the ball then.
Well, as you observed, the Baker Buffaloes have seemed to be at their best offensively when Joey Nelson was throwing the ball. Last 2 plays, he threw the ball. Almost 2 first downs. That was 9 yards he picked up on that play.
That's right. Joey Nelson, 10 for 13 so far tonight, and well over 100 yards on his last 2 receptions. He should be up over 150 yards tonight passing. 10 out of 13. Joey Nelson looking extremely strong. That was a great catch by number 11.
There's another
pass intended for number 24, Jeff Mulkey. Defended well on the play there. Incomplete.
We're going to come back for 3rd down and only 1 yard to go.
3rd and 1. Buffaloes need to pick up the first down, keep this drive alive. Hand off to 24, Mulkey. He's got the
fumbled the ball.
Well, that's second time tonight that's happened. Mulkey running hard but fumbling the ball. Baker having the best drive of the night so far offensively. And Jesuit's going to take over on about their 34-yard line. Well, it's the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in this contest. It's up to the defense, John. Mike Birdwell, number 7, entered a cornerback for the Buffaloes, replacing number 25, Roderick Coffey. Well, you can believe they're going to come out at him.
There's a reverse. There's a reverse.
Somebody better be home.
Oh!
Good job. Number 82, Darren Burns, just staying home, did his job. If he wasn't fooled, we may have been, but he wasn't fooled. Loss on a play. Big play by Behringer. That's another one of those juniors that we're talking about coming in here and starting on this varsity football team and doing a fine job. Loss of 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 14. Clock's running with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in this contest. Defense gets their hands on the ball, Johnny might score again.
That's right. I almost feel more confident with Jesuit having the ball and our defense out on the field.
Well, it looks like somebody's going a little too long or delay a game penalty against Jesuit. Jesuits really hurt themselves in some key situations. There they had a not too well executed reverse play, which Darren Behringer did a fine job of defending. Threw him for a 4-yard loss, and now they have a delay of game penalty for another 5 yards, so it brings up 2nd and 19.
Well, last week was the week of the fumble. This is the week of the penalty. I don't know what Thibodeau's planning on bringing to town next week, but we'll be ready. Screen pass. Good defense by Baker.
Real good defense. They only picked up maybe 2 or 3 yards on the play with the screen. Well, he checked off. He tried his deep people and saw they were all covered, so he checked it off to the back coming out of the backfield there. Pick up a 5 on the play, brings up 3rd and 14. 2 minutes, 58 seconds left to go in the contest. Baker on top by 7-0.
3rd and 14 from the 24-yard line.
I think we can definitely look for another pass or 2. He throws one out there, and he's wide open. That's what I was afraid of.
Tackle made by number 20, Ben Gautreaux. But Jesuit brings the ball all the way out past the 50-yard line, all the way down into Baker territory at the 49-yard line. And John, with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this contest, Jesuit is down by a score of 7-0. I look for an aerial show here.
They got nothing to lose. I'm sure they didn't drive 100 miles to lose laying down, so we're going to see quite an exciting final 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
That was a big play for them, 3rd and 14.
Sure was. It gave them new life. There's a handoff.
Tackle made by number 40, Anthony McCurdy, helped by number 82, Darren Behringer. And let's see, that should be number 6, Hilliard. All 3 of them in on the tackle. Anthony McCurdy making the first contact.
Jesuit hoping Baker was thinking pass and not going to stay home, but they did a good job of staying home and keeping that gain to just a minimum.
Pick up a 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6. We got a pass coming out here now.
Here's the no. Overthrown.
Overthrown, brings up 3rd and 6.
If you
well,
remember.
you know, John, there's no doubt about it. Abramovich, being a professional athlete he was, and being in all the games he played, like you say, over 10 years with the Saints, but you don't even have to be a professional to look up there and know that they at least, if they don't make it this time, they're going for it again with only 2 minutes left in this ball game.
Oh, yes.
3rd and 6. Complete for a first down. Down to the Baker 32-yard line. Blue Jays hanging in here, threatening here late in the ball game. Minute and 49 seconds left to go in this ball game. Baker's up by a score of 7-0. So far tonight, neither offense has been able to score, but Blue Jays coming on strong here. You reckon Abramovich has that 2-minute offense in effect?
Him and Archie Manning, they were very good at it. Unfortunately, they were usually behind by more than 1 touchdown.
Crowd exhorting the Buffalo defense, and somebody's coming up with an interception. Good job, number 77, Keith Brosset. 77, Keith Brosset with a big sack. Really excites the crowd. We got a minute and 17 seconds. The clock's ticking. As
Jesuit quickly up to the line of scrimmage again.
Second and about 16. Buff defense really in this ball game. We're going deep again. There's a pass. Well, he got back a little bit past the line of scrimmage. Defense better get in the ball game here. Let's go, fellas. We talking 2-minute offense, but Jesuit calling a timeout with 51 seconds left to go in this ball game. 51 seconds left to go in this ball game. Jesuit calls a timeout. Woo, this is some excitement, John. Third down and 7. Third down and 7. Well, let's say 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, the ball just outside the Baker 30-yard line. And this one's going down to the wire, folks.
It's times like this you wonder why Jesuit was trying to run the ball so much. They look like they have a fairly effective passing attack.
I tell you what, when I see that group of young men out there on that field, I got a lot of pride with them because I know they've worked hard and they really have improved. That defensive unit has really come a long way. What did I say earlier? Offense entertains, defense wins games. It's up to defense right here. 3rd and 7.
The Baker defense snuffed out Acadiana's last gas try with the interception. Let's hope we can pull off another one this week.
Number 25, Roderick Coffey back in the game in place of Birdwell at corner.
The rush is on. The rush is on.
They got him. Yeah. Darren Behringer, number 82, along with number 62, Quincy Hall, really putting the pressure on the quarterback. Another sack brings the ball out to the Baker 38-yard line where it's going to bring 4th down and long yardage. 4th and long. And this is it, John.
Jesuit takes
another timeout by Jesuit.
I tell you what, 2 weeks in a row, you couldn't script a better game.
That's right. You're right.
This prize will be given away at the halftime of the Baker Capital game. Get your tickets to Booster Club member. Only $1 for a chance. That's the Baker Athletic Boosters. Donate $1. These will be winning tickets will be announced at the Baker Capital.
Well, when time comes back in, it's going to be 4th down and 15 yards to go. Mr. Abramowitz is going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat to get a first down, or I think it's going to be all over for this game.
Well, Coach Broussard, defensive coordinator for the Buffaloes, doing an outstanding job of preparing his team for tonight's game. Just had his last little conference with him there on the sideline. It's 4th down and 15. The ball's out at the Baker 38-yard line, 4th and 15 with 39 seconds left, and the Buffaloes on top by a score of 7-0. And this could be the ball game right here. This could be the ball game. Definite passing situation.
Incomplete.
Good job.
Good pass rush and good defense. And the ball goes over. 33 seconds left to go in the game. Jesuit's got a player down on the field. He took quite a lick from the defensive player for the Buffaloes. They were going to be sure he didn't catch that one, Sid. Well, if we can trust the offense to hold on to the ball for 33 seconds, I think we can chalk up the 3rd victory of the season. Now, folks, let me take you back to the 6th game of the 1987 Buff season. Is the last time that the Buffaloes dropped a regular season game. This will be 17 regular season games in a row that they have won.
17 consecutive victories. And you're absolutely right, John, and that's quite a feat when you look at the schedule that Baker has and what they play in the quad A football that they're playing here.
That's the Jesuit quarterback club.
Well, next week, Thibodeau High School comes in here. Another new contest for Baker High School, some scheduling changes over the summer, and we're getting a chance to play some different teams, and it's been interesting so far. Baker's been up to the task for these exciting teams.
Something's wrong here. The clock didn't, now it's starting, but the clock did not start. The clock did not start when Baker
They shouldn't have to run another play, because I think they were less than 30 seconds left when they marked it for play. So Baker shouldn't have to even center the ball. Clock just tick out. It's down to 10 seconds and running.
Also in September on the 25th, Baker will have
and that'll be it.
Well, that won't be it.
Well, I guess we were about 1 second off.
We'll have to go through this one more time. Delay of game penalty against the Buffaloes. They'll back it up 5 yards with 1 second left on the clock. The down in yardage is academic, but it's 3rd and 17 for the Buffaloes. Ball back on their 31-yard line. But we have 1 second left on the clock. This will definitely be the last play of the ball game. And this should be the last play of the ball game, and this will put the Buffaloes at 0-3 so far this year, John. And that's it. That's the end of this contest here at Wedge Kyes Stadium in Baker, Louisiana, where the Baker Buffaloes have just beaten the Jesuit Blue Jays by a score of 7-0. And John, what can you say about tonight's contest?
Oh, it was exciting. It was exciting as last week. The fans will remember we had a beautiful pass from our quarterback to Greg Davis for a victory, and this week the excitement was provided by number 6, Reggie Hillard. With 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the second quarter, he gathered in a punt from the Blue Jays, cut to his right, got behind the wall of blockers, and went 45 yards for the winning touchdown. Ben Gotro added an extra point, and that's the way it ended up, 7-0. It lived up to all of its billing. As you pointed out, the Buffaloes are 3-0. You could have probably got some pretty long odds against the Buffaloes being 3-0 at this point in the season. Next week, Thibodeau's coming in here, and we're looking for another exciting game.
Well, John, I tell you what, I'm very impressed with our defense. You know, we talked about defense all night, but if you look back at the 3 games so far this season, the game against Zachary, the 17-14 win against Zachary, the win last week against Acadiana, and then this win tonight against Jesuit, we're talking defense in all 3 ball games, and defense really is what kept them in this ball game. Defense is actually what won the ball game for them tonight. And I'm very excited about that. Now, a lot of fans would tell you they'd rather see high-scoring contests, a lot of offense, because offense is no doubt is quite exciting, especially more points they put on the board, the more it does entertain the fans. But, of course, I've always been partial to defense, and I know that's where the games were won and lost right there with the defensive units. And I'm quite excited about what I'm seeing in these young men right now. Tonight, I was very, very impressed with the defense. I can't say enough about them. I was very impressed with the passing effort by Joy Nelson. Joy unofficially was 10 for 14 tonight and somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 yards. That's outstanding effort by Nelson passing the ball. I'm disappointed with the running attack of the Buffaloes. It seems that they do have a lot of work, maybe some personnel to move around on that front line offensively. I know they are hurting from a loss of senior starter number 60, Brian Burgoyne, with that shoulder injury. Hopefully Brian can be back in the lineup soon, but I'm sure Coach Thomas is going to take a hard look. He made some adjustments last week. I'm sure he's going to come back and make a few next week and get something that puts together that offensive line the way he wants to see it running. But hats off to the Buffaloes. As you said, this is the 17th consecutive regular season ball game. But coming into this season, John, you know, everybody said that on paper, this is Baker's toughest schedule they probably ever had. The first 4 games of the season, you're looking at a long-time arch rivalry, Zachary. Then we came right back with Acadiana, big powerhouse. We got Jesuit. Then next week, Thibodeau. Next week, Covington. Before we ever get into district play, but I'm really excited about what I've seen. Next week, we're gonna have a hard-fought contest. It's gonna be a very physical game, John. Thibodeau is a very big team, very physical team. So I'm looking for another good contest next week. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sid Gotro, along with John Brown. This has been a production of Treb Incorporated, locally owned and operated by Mr. Bert Carson, in conjunction with Cablevision of Baker Zachary. We want to thank Domino's Pizza for helping bring this program to you and providing the pizza here in the press box. Your child both wants and needs your support. Just being a student during these times is demanding. However, being a student athlete is even more demanding. You can help and show your support for your child by becoming a member of the Baker High Athletic Boosters. This organization contributes greatly to all athletics at Baker High School, both boys and girls. The Booster Club meets every Monday at 7 p.m. in the Teachers Lounge. On Thursday, September the 21st, at 7 p.m. in the boys' gym, the Booster Club will have a free jambalaya dinner to honor both athletes and their parents. Please show your support and make every effort to attend this function. Once again, let me remind you that this is a Treb production, locally owned and operated by Mr. Bert Carson, and shown to you in conjunction with Cablevision of Baker Zachary. I am Sid Gotro, along with John Brown, saying we thoroughly enjoyed bringing you tonight's game, as we do each game here at Baker High School, and hope to bring you many more. Thank you.